Here's how you can connect n8n MCP with Cloud Code. Okay, so we have 5 points over here, and we will go one by one. So first thing that you need to do is you have to either create your n8n workflow workspace, or you can open your n8n workspace. So once you have it open, go to the settings, and in settings you will have the instance level MCP that is shown over here like this. Once you click over there, what you will notice that let me just make it bigger so that okay. So uh, you will notice that if you have some workflows, it will be present over here, but if you don't have any workflow, it will be empty. And what we are going to do is we are going to create workflows with the n8n MCP and Cloud Code. Now go to so in the connection detail, you can click your first enable it and then click on the connection details. Okay, so once you'll open the connection detail, you will get your server request and your access token. Copy the server request and the access token both. All right, so open the instance and then copy your access token and NCP URL from the connection details. Okay, now once you have both the things connected, then open the terminal. I'm going to share this document with you so that you can also, before you start doing it, just download the document. It will be present on the chat, and then you can follow. Okay, so now open the terminal. In the terminal, so just give me a second. I have another terminal. Yeah, in the terminal, you have to copy this Claude MCP add. Copy the whole command. n8n MCP. This is the name of the MCP. Transport HTTP. This is your URL, workspace URL that you have copied, and then header, authorization, bearer, and this is where you will paste your token. Okay, so you can. It will look something like this: Claude MCP add n8n means the same thing. You have here workspace URL and the authorization bearer token. Okay. Once you have that, just click on enter, and this will add your MCP. So if I'll add it, um, I already have n8n MCP, so it will say already exist. But for you, so replace the token. I'm not adding it over here, but I've already added it. Okay. So once you have it connected, now the thing is you just open Claude and you can confirm. And then here you can write simply /MCP. And here you will notice that n8n MCP is already connected. You don't have to connect this one because you are adding the bearer token already. And you can see there are 33 tools. Okay, so it can search for workflows, it can create workflows. So we can say, can you tell me what all things we can do with n8n MCP? So if you already have something in your mind, you can now go ahead and create your workflows directly from here. So here you can see it can create, update, get, validate, discover, search, get, SDK references, execute, test, get, publish. It can do everything related to n8n. You don't have to worry about anything now. Now, what I'm going to do is in the next part of the video, so this is the first part, connection to the Cloud Code. Now I'm going to show you how to build the workflow using Cloud Code. This is very specific to ServiceNow. So I'm going to create a triage agent in ServiceNow. What does it mean? It basically, if you have an incident, so for any incident that is coming to your development instance, it will check the incident's short description and and assign the proper assignment group to that. So first, okay. So now I have the window open where I have through which I created the ServiceNow triage incident. So for the first thing that we have to do to create a triage incident, triage agent, is prompt it. So you can simply copy this prompt and say, can you create a triage agent is basically like routing agent. Okay, so to create this routing agent, you just tell it that for the ServiceNow incident table, detect the assignment group based on the incident short description, and then also tell it that the workflow trigger should be webhook. So webhook will be like a live URL which will keep on listening to the events, and we will create. So yeah, just tell this much. And for the triaging, so as you can see over here, so first I asked this much, then it said that good, ServiceNow has full incident support and tuple assignment group. Nobody has means so ServiceNow credentials and everything, I will show you how to create it directly on the n8n. You don't have to provide all these things over here. So first thing, it asked me a few questions like how should the workflow detect new incident? I said webhook. How should the assignment group be determined from the short description? Should it be through AI or you want it to use like a rule-based system? So I said AI based. And service, and this is what I said, that n8n provides $5 by default, so you can use that. Now it just validated, I mean it created, now I have all the definitions I need, and let me write the workflow. It wrote the whole workflow, and it validated it, and then it means published it. Okay. And and this is where the ServiceNow incident was live, and here it was how it was working. So how it works, webhook trigger. So let me show you first how it looks. So let me go to the workflow, and it is actually, to my surprise, it was not a simple workflow. It was pretty defined, and everything was very cool. So here you can see this is the workflow that it created, and I'll just make it bigger a little bit. So the first thing is this is the incident created webhook. It is a webhook which is keep on listening to the events. First, it will normalize the incident. Then it will get the assignment group. It will aggregate the assignment group and combine the assignment incident and assignment group. First, then it will classify, and then it will also do a confidence check that whether the assignment group is that it has classified is it with good confidence it is able to identify the correct assignment group or not. If it is able to identify, if the confidence is true, then it will update the incident, otherwise no. Otherwise it will just put add a flag. Okay. And let's just run it and see how it works. So I already have this one, and here it flagged that AI triages could not confidently classify, and this incident, that's why it has flagged it. But I want to see another one as well. Okay, so now let's take an example. Because I'm testing using testing URL, so I have to click on execute so that it can start testing. I have this incident open where employee payroll application server is down. I'll just add a dot and save it. So what is happening after this is let's check. Yeah, so as soon as save, it just ran. Right now it is running over here. As you can see the red lines, it is pretty fast. And we will check exactly what happened. So it was not able to identify the correct group. That's why it is doing this part. And it is taking awfully a lot of time to do this. But so this one is still running. Yeah, now it ran. So it has all the, let me check the logs. Okay, so this is the input. Yeah, employee payroll application is down. And yeah, so there is a better way to understand it, the logs. Okay, so here you see the employee payroll means it just normalized it. And then it provided the it combined the assignment group and the groups. So it got both the groups and assignment group, and then it combined it. So here for this one incident, it has provided all the groups that it think that these are could be a match, And here, so again, it used assignment as it detected that assignment group name data center engineering is the right one for this with the confidence 0.72, but I think that confidence was not good enough. That is the reason it went into false. And so instead of updating with the assignment group, what it did, it just updated a comment that it is flagged for manual triage. Okay, so this is how this whole thing ran. And now talking about how I triggered this. So let me just open this again and come over here. Here you see this. There is a test URL. There is a production URL as well. There is a test URL, and what I asked Claude to create a script, a business rule for me, so that whenever an incident is getting inserted, it will uh, trigger this integration. So this is the endpoint, and what it is sending the short description, sysid, and number of the incident. So short description and category for identifying the triaging, and for sysid and number is for identifying the incident. Okay, so yeah, and I've added it as a business rule on the incident and on insert, and that is how I'm calling it. So this is how basically you can create so call n8n, and this is how you can create any. Now means you can, this whole workflow is pretty good, so you can create any other workflow using Claude Code. And if you want me to create something better, please provide your comments, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.